So guys, today is the big one, Dragon Implings. I've done easy, medium, hard, and now we've got the elites and the Dragon Implings, and this was a challenge, guys. Let me tell you, this was a challenge. So I want this one to be special because Dragon Implings are the most expensive Implings out of all of them. They give the best loot, but they also lose you a lot of money. For this video, as you can tell by the title, I am opening 1,000 Dragon Implings, which costs around 298 million GP. Now I have all these Implings mainly because I bought some for myself, and then people in my stream also gave me their Implings to open, and later I gave all their loot back from their Implings. So they sort of donated them for this huge pot of Dragon Implings, which turned out to be exactly 1,000, which is a pretty great number for this. Obviously, I didn't keep any of the loot for myself from the people that gave me their Implings. I only kept the loot from my Implings that I bought for myself. I gave the rest back to them. So thank you again to those who donated their Implings for the video. In honor of these guys and the 1,000 Dragon Implings, let's hit 1,000 likes on this video to show your respects. So, Dragon Implings, the most expensive Impling of all of them. They also give you some very good loot, but some very terrible loot as well. There are two items that you can get from them that we generally always want to get, and those are the Dragon Darts, which you always make profit off of when you get it, and also the Dragon Dart Tips, which you also always make profit off of. So those are the two ones that make us the most profit back. There are some other ones like the Baby Dragon Bones, that could make us profit back, even some Dragon Arrow Tips if we get lucky, but generally the Dart Tips and Darts are the ones we really want to get. There's also a 1 in 50 chance that I get a Clue Scroll Elite while doing this. However, I will talk about it later in the video, but I think that number is wrong. You guys can see in the loot that I present to you soon. Again, though, this is a really fun challenge to do, even though it took a lot longer than I thought because elite clues are the worst things in the world. But I will just play music over the loot in the background right now. There's a lot of them to open. It's going to be probably 8-9 minutes, maybe even longer, of just loot straight up. But you can skip to the final loot later in the video if you want, or you can listen to some relaxing RuneScape trap music courtesy of OSR's Beats, because he's the absolute legend. So enjoy, guys. Thank you again for watching, and I will see you at the end of the video for some more stats and loot stuff, analysis stuff. Alright guys, so before we get into the final loot, I want to talk about the clue scrolls really quickly and how much elite clues suck. Just kidding, elite clues are terrible, but I did them because they were part of the Dragon Implings and I decided to do them. Now, I managed to get 26 elite clues from the 1000 Dragon Implings, and the wiki says that the drop rate is 1 in 50, so I actually got 26, and it should have been around, I guess I could be expecting 20 since, 1000 divided by 50 is 20. So I got more than 6 more clue scrolls than I guess I should have been expecting, like I say this every video. So 26 elite clues in about a day really took it out of me. I'm not gonna lie, elite clues are always 9 to 12 steps. The loot you get is always pretty terrible, usually under 200k, sometimes under 100k if you're really unlucky. So yeah, the elite clues, I wasn't a big fan of them, but I did get 3 masters as well. The master clues obviously gave a bit better loots, which is, that's why they're better. But in total, 29 total clues, 26 elite clues, and 3 master clues from this challenge. So 29 clues in a day from this, which, again, the worst part wasn't opening the Implings. The worst part was doing the elite clues, mainly because the steps are annoying. 9 to 12 steps is a lot. And you're sort of expecting crap rewards from an elite clue scroll, which I don't think should happen. So I may advocate for reducing the amount of steps for an elite clue, or maybe even bettering the loot in the future for them, because they're pretty terrible. But yeah, that is the loot from the clue scrolls. Now, if we head to the loot straight from the Dragon Implings, this is loot that I only got from the Implings themselves, not including clue scroll loot. We managed to make 152,832,133 GP, which is, as you already know and probably were expecting, quite a loss from what I originally invested. The biggest ones were the Dragon Darts and the Dragon Dart Tips, which were 24.6 mil and 46.3 mil respectively. So quite a lot of money lost on those. But wait, there's still hope. We can't forget about the Elite Clue and Master Clue loot coming up. Maybe it can make us 140 mil back. You never know. But yeah, again, the only way you should ever be expecting profit off Dragon Implings is if you catch them yourself, or if you get lucky during the Elite or Master Clue and get yourself a nice third age item. So here we're going to go through the different inventories of total Elite and Master Clue loot. So the first inventory was 1.9 million. The second inventory was 2.4 mil. Third inventory was 1.9 mil. As you saw during the clue, I managed to get an Arma page and a Zami page, which were the 2 most expensive items that I got from the clues themselves during the total 1000 loot, which is pretty depressing. And then finally, we have a 768k loot. So if we add all of those together, that means that I made 159,902,662 GP from the Dragon Implings loot and clue scroll loot combined. The fact that they cost me 298 million means that I subtract that from, or I subtract the 159 million from the 298 million, which means I lost 138,097,340 GP. So a loss of 138 mil from this challenge. So as expected, Dragon Implings did lose me a lot of money, but it was really interesting to see the different loot that I got from that and stuff. And I'm hoping it was interesting for you guys to see as well. So guys, that's it for the 1000 Dragon Implings. Probably the biggest challenge I'm going to do today, and the most expensive, gotta say. If you guys have any questions about the process or how I did it, or any other things, there's small things that I always mention, like obviously I lost a bit more money because of the time it took to do the clues themselves, and I have to always use blowpipe scales and runes and teleports and staminas. That all it adds in and stuff like that. I obviously lost money, but I'd really only take that into consideration if it was like a razor thin margin on profit or loss. But this was such a big loss from the original investment that I'm just gonna say I lost money off this, and hope you guys can understand that as well. But that's it for today's video, guys. Thank you. Make sure to drop a like and a comment if you enjoyed it. Let's hit that 1000 like goal again. Thank you guys again so much, and I appreciate you guys all tuning in. Hope you have a good day, and I'll see you next time. Peace.
Wow.